Thank you for attending Football Ministries Incorporated, a safe place for football fans of all ages where we solely focus on American football franchises. Football Ministries Incorporated was created to focus on and highlight one National Football League team each week. The National Football League is comprised of two conferences, American Football Conference and National Football Conference. Each conference is comprised of 16 teams, and each conference represents 4 divisions, East, North, South, and West. The invention of American football is chronicled and acknowledged first as a sport on the collegiate level and can date as far back as November 6, 1869. The most highly recognized and captured American football game was between Princeton and Rutgers. It is fair to say that other countries throughout the globe also had similar games but were not recognized either. Based on my research, American football became more popular during the 1920s, because of the Roaring Twenties, and more households were able to afford more luxuries than previous decades could. There were numerous ways to make money outside of standard field work or an office environment. The workforce was heavily mandated, and workers were watched by management. The workplace was not an environment that was overly social or gave workers the ability to focus on activities outside of the scope of their work duties. Therefore, these individuals desired socialization, and it was successfully accomplished through admiration and personal play of American football. Weekly, Football Ministries Incorporated will provide a foundational history of what American football is, and then the remainder of the service we will spend discussing our selected football team. Last week, we focused on the Philadelphia Eagles, who were 4-0, and they had a 31-25 win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. During our last service, we focused on the purpose of the offensive line, identified the key players in the offensive line, and we discussed the functions and roles of a center. If you recall, that the offensive line players on average are about 315 pounds, have tons of speed, agility, and great footwork. They need to have a stern training schedule, they have a winning mindset, the offensive line use their agility to protect their team members, they need to have balanced nutrition and tons of proteins to ensure that they are able to protect the quarterback from the defensive line. As I was playing Stephen King's Part 2 of Children of the Corn, I felt led to look up Seattle Seahawks team apparel on Amazon. Boy, I am so glad that I did. I was able to successfully find and purchase some official licensed NFL Seattle Seahawk women's leggings for under $5 with Prime shipping. I also got a cute game day themed t-shirt for under $15. I did not spring for the socks, but we will see maybe next week. Today, our message will be on the Seattle Seahawks, and we will spend time discussing their NFL franchise, and we will identify the key functions of the left offensive tackle, who protects the quarterback from defenders and clears blocks for the running back. The Seattle Seahawks were founded on June 4, 1974, when the NFL awarded them an expansion franchise to join the league in 1976. The team was established in Seattle and made their debut as an expansion team the following year in 1976. An NFL expansion team is a brand new franchise, created when the league adds a team to its roster, usually to serve a new or growing market, and is populated by players selected through an expansion draft from other existing teams. These new teams are not an existing franchise moving cities, but rather a completely new addition to the league, requiring a significant expansion fee from the new owners to the existing teams. The Houston Texans, formed in 2002, were the NFL's most recent expansion team. Key dates: June 4, 1974, the NFL awarded the expansion franchise to a group of Seattle businessmen and community leaders. June 17, 1975, the team's name, logo, and colors were officially revealed. 1976, the Seahawks began their inaugural NFL season. Based on generative AI searches, the Seattle Seahawks have had seasons of great success. The major accomplishments of the Seattle Seahawks include winning Super Bowl 48 in 2014, reaching the Super Bowl 2 consecutive years, 2013 to 2014, winning 3 NFC championships, and claiming multiple division titles in both the AFC and NFC. They are also known for their dominant Legion of Boom defense and their unique history as the only team to play in both the AFC and NFC championship games. Championships and conference titles. Super Bowl 48 champions. 2014 The Seahawks defeated the Denver Broncos 43-8, the largest margin of victory in Super Bowl history for an underdog team. NFC champions. 2005, 2013, 2014 These conference titles led to their Super Bowl appearances. AFC Championship Game appearance. 1983 The first time the Seahawks reached a conference championship game. Dominant teams and eras. Legion of Boom defense. The team's dominant defense, featuring players like Richard Sherman and Earl Thomas, led the league in scoring defense for 4 straight seasons, 2012 to 2015, under head coach Pete Carroll. Back-to-back Super Bowl appearances, 2013 to 2014. A rare feat in the Super Bowl era, with the Seahawks being one of only 3 teams to accomplish this in the 21st century. Historical milestones. First team to make playoffs with a losing record, 2010. The Seahawks won the NFC West with a 7-9 record and famously upset the defending Super Bowl champion New Orleans Saints in the wild card round. Unique conference history. The Seahawks are the only team to have played in both AFC and NFC championship games, switching conferences multiple times in the post-merger era. Other accomplishments. NFL Hall of Famers. Several players, including Steve Largent, Walter Jones, and Cortez Kennedy, are recognized in the Pro Football Hall of Fame for their accomplishments as Seahawks. Loudest venue. Seattle's fan base is consistently recognized for creating one of the loudest and most challenging venues in the NFL. Based on generative AI searches, left offensive tackles that play for the NFL protect the quarterback's blind side from defensive rushers, which is crucial for preventing sacks and injuries. Because most quarterbacks are right-handed, they are vulnerable to pressure coming from their left side, making the left tackle's role of blocking these elite pass rushers vital for the offense. Left tackles are typically the best pass-blocking linemen on the team due to the importance of this task. Key responsibilities. Blind side protection. The left tackle's primary duty is to block the defender, usually a defensive end, rushing from the left side of the offensive line, preventing them from reaching the quarterback. Pass protection. This involves sustaining blocks against skilled pass rushers to give the quarterback time to throw the ball. Run blocking. While pass protection is often emphasized, the left tackle also blocks on runs, sealing the edge of the run play to create running lanes for the running back. Facing elite rushers. Left tackles often face the opposing team's most athletic and skilled edge rusher, requiring excellent footwork and agility. Why the left tackle is so important. Vulnerability of the quarterback. A right-handed quarterback cannot see pressure coming from their left, leaving them exposed to hits. Injury prevention. By preventing hits on the blind side, the left tackle helps avoid potential fumbles and serious injuries to the quarterback. Strategic importance. Protecting the quarterback allows them to execute offensive plays effectively and is a cornerstone of a strong offense. The Seattle Seahawks starting left offensive tackle is Charles Cross. He was the 9th overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft and is considered the team's franchise left tackle. More details about Charles Cross. Drafted, 2022 NFL Draft, 9th overall pick. College, Mississippi State. Current status, he is a central figure for the Seahawks offensive line and a key part of their long-term plans. Today, we learned that American football is dated back to November 6, 1869, the Seattle Seahawks were incorporated on June 4, 1974, and we discussed the responsibilities of Charles Cross, who is the current starting left offensive tackle. Next week our new team will be. So from Monday, October 6, 2025, to Sunday, October 13, 2025, we will focus on this team. Thank you for attending Football Ministries Incorporated. Always remember, the game is set, so why not play to win? Smiling face with smiling eyes.